Northern Soul Time, brought to you by charlydirect.com.
We met, of course, in the UK. John Bratton brought you to the Brit Club in Nottingham. That's how we met in the summer of '73. And you were very, very generous with some 45s to me, and that kind of got me the job at Wigan Casino. But a few months later, if you remember, I came to see you in March 1974. I'd never been to the USA in my life. I came over on a package deal, and you very kindly drove me around in your black Cadillac, and I lived on apple pie and chocolate milk all week. And I didn't have a whole heap of money, but when I saw you and I saw how you were dressed, I just thought, wow, whatever this guy's doing, he's smooth. But you were a breath of fresh air and a very flamboyant person. Please take this as a compliment. And I think your flamboyancy also gave us records. It gave us these Dean Courtney, I'll Always Need You. I remember, there's acetates from Alan Zentz you were sending over to me and Russ and Richard, and they were phenomenal. That was a really magical time. All of My Life, Detroit Soul, and all those things were coming from you at that time. We thank you for that, my friend.
Kevin, the biggest adventure of my life is Northern Soul music. Like I said,
well, that's great to hear. That's great to hear.
Every time I'm sad, I listen to Moses Smith, and I'm just blown away. This guy, and what's his name? The horse, Cliff Nobles.
What about Blowing My Mind to Pieces? I know you like that, Bobby Ralph.
Robert Ralph.
Yeah.
I met Aki Aliong, his producer.
Yeah.
I met him in a church, and he said to me, "Come and see me. I may have something for you." He gave me a copy of Blowing My Mind to Pieces. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved also the middle part where he lip syncs to Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and because I realized at that time that Bob Ralph is actually Bobby Garrett.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
I told him, "You want to come and meet Paula Roussel? I want you to do a duet on Blowing My Mind." So I took him to the studio. We released it in England.
Yeah.
And that song is beautiful.
Yeah.
Also, what's his name? The Baby Reconsider. Oh.
Leon Haywood. Yeah.
Oh, I love that guy. What a heart. He gave it to me, and he told me, "Here, I'm giving you the instrumental.
Yeah.
Tag it in," and I re-released it on Fatfish.
On Fatfish, yeah, I remember.
I wanted people to listen to that instrumental. Very talented, very, very talented.
Yeah.
I'll never forget all these people. The one that breaks my heart is, of course, Young Heart Run Free. I couldn't sign her. She was tied up to Capitol Records.
Candy Stanton, Canzetta Staten.
God,
she always, I've interviewed her in the past, and she always says, "Kev, it's Canzetta Staten." I said, "You can say what you like, girlfriend. You'll always be Candy Stanton to us." And she remains Candy Stanton.
I got what, £2,000 for Now You Got the Upper Hand.
Yeah, that's another goodie, isn't it? That's another one. Hey, let's forget Eddie Foster. Do I Love You? Tongue in cheek. Let's talk about I Never Knew. Let's talk about I Never Knew. That was my biggest record at Wigan.
That song is just. I never knew what I love to be.
Isn't that great?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah. Eddie Foster was a great singer.
Suddenly you are gone, and I know that I'm all alone with my pride, hurting inside, hoping you'll come back to me, darling. I never knew how I needed you until now. Oh, baby, I never knew how I needed you until now.
A Little Togetherness, Young Hearts. I know your taste, Mr. Soussan, and I know. And here's another record that you love. I'm Satisfied with You, the Furies.
Oh, are you kidding me? On T-Man.
Try and beat that one.
Are you kidding me? What about one of my favorite guys that I met him in Washington, D.C. with Jerry Butler, Sandy Sheldon, and Van McCoy, all in the same club in the Peaches.
Yeah.
Majorlands. Majorlands, You Don't Want Me No More.
Yeah.
I will never forget that record. You don't want me no more. He's crying at the end of the song. He's crying.
Yes.
Oh, baby. Oh, my God. One of the funniest ones was, what's his name? Anthony J. Renfro.
Anthony Renfro, yeah. Sequins.
Yeah. I invited him to come to the studio. He comes to see me. And I said, I want to buy the Renfro label. He says, I can't sell it because it's tied up with my wife, but I'll sell you life insurance. I said to him, Anthony, I think your colon is confused. Either that or you need to be circumcised. He said, I'm not Jewish. I said, you don't know how glad you should be. Poor guy. Anyway, he gave me the right to Case of Love and another one, 3 of them.
Carl Henderson.
And I released them. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Carl Henderson, exactly. And I released them, and I couldn't believe how many letters I got from people saying, thank you for making them available for, I think, £3 or £2. I can't remember how much they were selling in England. It's horrifying. There's a lot of these kids that dance in the club. They cannot afford £300, £500. I said, hey, forget it. Let me press them.
Yeah.
So I went to Hollywood, and I found a record plant there. And I started pulling out all the biggest hits. But here's a slew, probably 3/4 of all the Northern fans finally getting these records in their hand instead of waiting for Friday to go to the club and waiting for the DJ to play it. Come on. So I got adulation from all these people, and I got some people who were pissed off. Soul Sam, how could you do that? I'm going to have a stroke. I said, no, don't do that. We need you.
Yeah. And we still got him. God bless him. We've still got him. And he's still playing the records every week.
He is a sweetheart. He was pissed off. And also Richard Serling said, how can you do this? And I said, listen, you own the superlatives. Who else has it in all your flock of people dancing around your music? Nobody has it except you. So now they have it. At the end, everybody came to realize that it was a good thing what I was doing, pressing those records to make them available. Actually, I did not make any money. I was selling them for $1.50. They cost me 90 cents, and I had to pay the postage.
I think when passion's around, Simon, a music like Northern Soul, that there will be some that want to keep it secretive and don't want to see any more copies, and then there's another element that say thank you very much, we can now buy it for £2. That kind of thing has gone on for decades, sadly.
Well, that's their problem, and I don't feel bad, actually. I feel good knowing that these people can still play a real humdinger or any of these beautiful, beautiful songs and not having to wait until Friday to go and listen to it. No, that ain't fair. And, I'm glad that I did it. I will do it again. I licensed my catalog to Charly Records. I hope they do something with it.
Yeah, it's a great company, and they're on the up, and they should be able to work that for you.
I hope it works for them. One song that I'm holding back, I'm going to redo the tracks because I don't want it to sound at all like Mike Post, is Afternoon of the Rhino and the Charade. That singer, that's the lead singer of Shalimar, the original Shalimar, Gary Mumford.
Right.
I'm redoing the drums, the brass, and the strings, and I want to give it to Charly Records to release it. They should listen to it with his voice. He's such a great voice. I'm doing the same with Dance of Love by, what's her name?
Susie Parker.
Susie Parker. And, of course, the Del Satins on Double Cooking.
Yeah, Baby You're the Fire.
Right. And what else? I'm going to do them so that people do not recognize the original track, because the original track will be gone. I'm redoing the tracks. As soon as I finish these 4 songs for the Boys to Men, then I'll have more time. The wedding will be done. I'll have more time to just try to keep the scene happening. I want to redo That's Why I Love You. That song is so gorgeous. And I want to redo Moses Smith, The Boy Across the Street, by a female singer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never far away from a Northern Soul story, and I always want to touch on how creative you were. So this is a big moment. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
the biggest record of all time in the history of Northern Soul is Frank Wilson, "Do I Love You?" The original discoverer of that, Simon Soussan. Tell us about it.
No, that wasn't me.
But
this is what happened.
But you exposed it to the UK, otherwise we couldn't have heard it.
Wait, let me tell you how it happened.
Okay.
When I went to a club called the Highland Club in Hollywood, it's a gay club. One of the DJs there used to be an archivist on Motown. His name, bless his heart, he passed away of AIDS, was named Tom DePiero.
Tom DePiero.
He said, Simon, I have to have a very expensive operation. I need $5,000. And I said, what do you want to sell me? What do you have to sell? I'll buy it. Don't worry about it. You're a great DJ. I love you. Don't worry. I didn't know what AIDS was, but no matter what, he said to me, come to my house. I go to his house, and there's a piles of acetates, all Motown acetates, from the day one of Motown. And then I started playing some of them, Suspicion and all the Motown, all the Four Tops, all the Deuce Supremes, acetates. I'm playing them with my little record player. He says to me, oh, you like that beat? I said, yes. He says, I think I have one song that you might like. And he brings me Frank Wilson.
Right.
So I play it, and I go, no way, I cannot sell this to England. So I changed it to, I think, Eddie Foster. I think.
Yes.
Eddie Foster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I covered it up. And, of course, it became the biggest record of all time.
Yeah, and still is. And still is.
Still is. So I ended up later on inviting Les McCutcheon, who was begging me. He said, I need to know what that song is. I said, come. He borrowed. Listen to me.
Yeah.
This is how I created his label for him. He had no money. He borrowed $18,000, and he came to LA, and he visited me. He wanted to buy my collection. I sold him part of my collection for the $18,000, and I finally said to him, okay, let me show you who Eddie Foster is. And I pulled up the little label on top, Frank Wilson. He goes, wow. Well, history, with that, he probably made about $100,000. He wanted to copy Shalamar, so he created the group Shack Attack.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Which became very famous. I'm glad for him. He's a good guy. He helped me a lot. I helped him.
He is a good guy. He is a good guy.
I'm going to tell you another tidbit about Motown. Part of my entourage was Iris Goldie, who was head of A&R for Motown.
Mm.
I told her, Iris, I'm going to show you a track that I just did. It's a Motown dedication. See if you can place it before I met Don Cornelius. See if you can place it with Motown. She goes over there and she plays it to Suzanne de Pass, which was a little above her.
Mm.
And they both turned it down. she calls me and she says, no, they think it's too obvious. And I said, okay, no problem. When the record came out on Soul Train, Iris Gordy was demoted, and I feel so bad for her.
Yeah.
And Suzanne de Pas was fired by Berry Gordy.
Yeah, she did okay though. She she got into the movies.
Oh yeah, but she was fired, which is. And she called me and she said, "I am so sorry." She said, "I don't feel sorry about being fired. I'm just feel sorry that I turned out a record. I thought it was too obvious." And I said, "It's a dedication to Berry Gordy and of course the two guys that before Berry Gordy ever released that Motown sound is two guys that I met in Detroit, Sonny Sanders and Robert Bateman.
Yeah.
Songbird.
Very talented.
So they created that track. They had Benny Benjamin on drums and the bass player, what's his name? Jamie Jemerson.
James Jemerson, yeah.
James Jemerson, not Junior, the father. And they had Eddie Bongo Brown on percussion. They created Motown, not Berry Gordy.
I know we can make it, baby, if only we try. Let's hang on to love and don't let it die. Even though it's been touch and go, off and on, weak and strong, but then we didn't know that with hope we could cope with all the ups and downs. So please stay around, I need you so. Oh girl, I need you so.
Just going back, Simon, to vinyl for a moment. Obviously, I'm sure you're well aware of where Northern Soul is financially today with the value of records. Now, you were one of the original guys who were hitting these warehouses when Northern Soul really was in its embryonic stage of the early 70s. We all have flashbacks. Yeah. I've got my own flashbacks where I've hit places, sold stuff for £5, and they're now a grand. But can you think back to all your time you spent in California and beyond? What would be the most valuable hit? So if you remember a warehouse or a store, if you could still have them and sell them today. You know, what would you say is your biggest hit?
I would be a millionaire. Where's this place? New Mexico.
Okay.
Crop Warehouse.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I do remember the name. Yeah, it was in the middle of nowhere. It was just like an independent distributor, wasn't it? For
he was U.S. distributor. He was distributing everybody from Detroit to Chicago to Baltimore to Washington, D.C. to Texas. He had over 5 or 6 million 45s sitting. So I went there and I spent 5.5 weeks.
Oh my God!
Pulling out. That was the biggest find ever. Yeah. Bigger than what Jan Levine got with Miami.
Yeah.
With Lee Records.
Yeah.
So I bought all of those and I started selling them, week to week and so on. And I decided my collection was almost complete because I had already listed all the acetates that I sold to John Manship. John Manship came about 4 times to visit me.
Yeah.
And buy them. He will never argue the prices because I was very kind. And same with Les McCutcheon and same with, of course, Martin Coppell. He came so many times.
Yeah.
I ended up with basically the book that I wrote.
Yeah.
The Northern, you remember the book? In 1994, I sold 50,000 copies. I still have one copy and it's all tattered. That book had my collection in it, plus the ones that I remembered. They were big, and the prices that I put on that price guide they're small compared to today. Today they can get a lot more money.
Of course.
So that was. I tried to give back, and the book was costing me, I think $14. I was selling it for $20. I didn't want to make money. I wanted people to see this, to go to swap meets, pick up the book and see the. I tried to find as many pictures as possible. Martin Coppel gave me some pictures.
You've had an incredible life. I mean, you've created things that people around the world have really bought into and liked. Interesting stuff that when you least expect it, something flies out and Simon Soussan's behind it.
Yeah.
Do you ever, I mean, it's a bit of a silly question, but do you have any regrets at all? I mean, we've all been on a roller coaster. Everybody's had downers in their lives, but you've been on an interesting journey, I have to say, without knowing much about you these days. I knew you obviously when you were a younger man, and you're incredibly talented. There's no doubt about that. You've been great for Northern Soul. But, I mean, any regrets, Simon, in life?
My regret is I didn't have because I was torn between staying in England, which I loved, except the weather was killing me. I mean, remember, I was living in Morocco, which is 80 degrees, 9 months out of 12.
Sure.
So California became my second home, as I didn't see my two daughters, Hillary and Tora, grow up.
Were there any regrets? I'm not sure whether this is a regret or it was a bonus for you. Very briefly, tell us about Thank God It's Friday, the film.
I met Donna Summer in Boston. She had her front teeth were broken.
Right.
And I started chatting with her. I said, "How are you? What do you do?" And she said, "I'm a gospel singer from Boston." And I said, "Can you sing something to me?" She sang to D. It's a gospel song. She sang me like 2 verses. I was looking at her and I said, "Girl, listen to me. This is my phone number. When you want to come to LA, I'm going to fly you over." And I knew one guy that, to me, revolutionized pop music, Neil Bogart.
Of course, yeah. Owned Casablanca. I think he was at Buddha for a while. And Cameo Parkway.
It's not that. Exactly. He was with Cameo Parkway. So I went to see him at his office and I said, I met this girl. She's beautiful, except she needs her front teeth redone. She could be a good pop singer. Are you kidding me? He said to me, "Okay, so fly her over." So I sent her tickets. But how did Neil Bogart create I Love to Love You, a bedroom song with a girl that was strictly gospel?
I know.
That is the coup that I'll never forget. Robert Stigwood decided to make a film about Donna Summer.
Thank God it's Friday. Everyone's favorite night when the calmest thing happening is on the dance floor. Maybe it was fate. Maybe it was just Friday. But it was a night none of them will ever forget. Thank God it's Friday. Rated PG.
Now playing at a theater near you. Consult newspaper for showtimes.
So he hooked up with Joyce Bogart, the wife of Neil Bogart.
Yeah.
And I was in the same meeting. And so Neil Bogart said to me, "Simon, won't you write a theme song and just give us a title?" And I said, "Okay." I met with Sabrina and I said, "What title can we give to Donna Summer?" She said, "Well, Donna Summer is famous because of the disco. So why don't you?" And I said, "How about After Dark?" So the movie was called After Dark.
Right.
And 2 months later, in the middle of writing, I asked Neil Bogart to pay me for After Dark. I wanted him to give me $175,000.
Right.
He said, "I'll think about it." Alec Costandinos comes to him and he says, "I don't want any money. I'll write something better than After Dark. Thank God it's Friday."
Right.
So it's okay. I don't care. I was the originator of the title. That's fine. So
oddly enough, both titles are great. After Dark's great, but of course, what happened with Thank God It's Friday is everybody shortened it to TGIF, and it became. It's a hashtag today, isn't it? It's billions of hashtags. Yeah. So you were part again of another piece of brilliant musical history.
and George Lashkar, Muffy Durham, my girlfriend and assistant, and my future wife, Sabrina. We were going to all the clubs, and then one night, this guy, drunken, starts hitting on Muffy. And I said to him, "Come on, guys, she's taken." He goes, "No, she's all right." Guess who it was? Ex-CEO of VJ Records.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Randy Wood.
Okay.
Randy Wood. I meet him and I said, "Aren't you the owner of Mira and Millwood?" He said, "Yeah, yes, I am." I said, "Come sit with us." It took him like an hour to finish a pint of vodka. And I said, "Be careful." So I drove him home. His wife had a fight with him, Mira.
Yeah.
And I said, "Look, you're going to be part of my entourage. I'll supply you the drinking, but you have to stop at one point." He became part of my entourage for the following 2 years. Then he had a problem with Mira, his wife. And one day he comes to me at the studio and he said, "Simon, listen, I'm willing to sell Millwood and Mira and some other small labels that I acquired through the years, and I just need 20,000.
Yeah.
I said, "Are you sure?" He said, "I'm sure."
I think I remember seeing the contract. Do you remember when we met in Detroit with Martin Koppel?
Yeah.
I think you had that paperwork with you that day. I remember seeing something like that. But that, again, sorry to interrupt your story. It's only purely out of excitement because you really took Millwood and, found lots and lots of unreleased tracks. But what a great label anyway, regardless of you finding any unreleased tracks. Wasn't it a fantastic label? Fantastic.
It's not that. It's thanks to that I met my favorite arranger producers, 3 of them. Fred Smith, James Carmichael.
Yeah.
James Carmichael.
Yeah.
Arthur Wright.
Yeah.
And James McEachen.
Yeah.
Alias Jimmy Mac. Remember Jimmy Mac?
Of course, yeah. All passed away except for James Carmichael. He's alive.
I know. I went, I met them, and I told them I would love for you to do some stuff for me. They said, "No problem." Arthur Wright also.
Yeah. They
all came to the studio. Then thanks to James Carmichael, I met Madeline Baker.
Yeah.
Who owned Audio Art.
Yeah.
And Audio Arts, of course, the Incredibles and the Remarkables. The Incredibles was, oh my God, I was so. And you know what happened? There's nothing else to say. Is actually a copy of "There's Something About You." There's nothing else to say, baby.
Oh, a copy of the Four Tops.
Yeah, "There's something about you, baby."
Yeah.
Same, identical. In fact, I'm going to record it. I'm going to release it to you guys with the first verse by the Incredibles and the second verse by one of my singers singing "There's Something About You."
The creative juices are still flowing.
Oh, God, are you kidding me? Back to, and so anyway, I got, what's his name? Randy Wood,
Millwood.
Yeah, he gives a right. No, Buffy gives him a right to his house. She went into his garage and she pulled out like 200 tapes. I still have them because I paid him $20,000 in cash.
2 quick Northern Soul things I must ask. Off the top of your head, name your favorite ever Northern Soul songs.
Professionals.
That's
Why I Love You.
Groove City. That's Why I Love You. Detroit. Yeah. What else?
Yeah.
What
else? Moses Smith.
Girl Across the Street.
Epitome. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Epitome of Sound, of course.
You Don't Love Me.
You. Oh, yeah. Frankie Beverly, if that's what you wanted.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And I went to see him at, I think, Detroit. He was doing a concert, and he sang Passion and Pain. He made me cry.
Yeah.
What a sweet voice.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm trying to figure out what would be a Simon Soussan Spotify playlist if it was Northern Soul? What would I expect to hear?
First of all, J.J. Barnes, Real Humdinger.
Real Humdinger. Yeah, killer.
Oh my God.
A killer, yeah.
And what's his name? The guy that sang Love and Desire. I heard on the other side. What's his name?
Oh, Sidney Barnes or Jerry Cook?
Sidney Barnes. Yeah, no, Sidney Barnes. Sidney Barnes wrote that song.
Yes.
And I remember him when he was doing backup with the Parliament. So that song, Don't Be Sore at Me, is one of my favorites.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Don't be sore at me.
Lovely song.
My little heart will surely break. Hey!
Yeah.
And of course, Carl Carlton, I can feel it. Oh!
Yeah, that's a great record. Yeah.
Listen to me, Kevin. Listen to the song. Concentrate on what the background singers are doing.
Yeah.
They're going against him.
Yeah.
On the song. They're going totally against him. And it's so smooth.
It is.
I separated the vocalist from the background, and I'm going to send you a copy with just the backgrounds on the track. It is absolutely the most beautiful thing you've ever heard.
Some backbeat,
I can feel it.
Yeah.
I can feel it in my bone. Oh my God!
And strangely enough, that's got more popular over the last 20 years. But of course, originally his big song was "Competition Ain't Nothing."
Yeah, that's okay, but I Can Feel It is just right there. It's in the pocket. You cannot get any better. Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Right, listen. Let's pause this one, my friend. God bless you. Best wishes from the United Kingdom. Let's get all this together, and then we'll be back for another portion.
No problem. I'll be there.
To listen to some of the great music we've been talking about today, click the links below. If you want to buy great Northern Soul music, visit charlydirect.com.
With all the fellas